guys, welcome to my little kitchen. Today we're going to be making garlic chili chicken.
That's right, you heard correct. Today's recipe is garlic chili chicken. And Iman wanted to be on camera today, and
I wanted to eat this today.
She does, and we're going to do just that. So here it is, the garlic chili chicken, looking absolutely fantastic. Restaurant inspired dishes for you guys to make at home. Be careful, don't fall. And now we are going to tuck into this and try this and tell you guys exactly how it is. I'm just going to grab my spoon and try this. Ooh, there's just chunks of garlic in there.
You have chili?
Yeah, well, yeah, I can have chili, but I'm not gonna brave it and eat it on camera. Okay, here goes.
Big to have chili.
Okay, we're gonna try this now. So the taste test, okay?
You have first. Yummy.
Thank you. Wow, that garlic is coming through beautifully. Chili is there as well. You can just feel it. Not too hot, but just spot on. Spices are wonderful. That masala, just to die for. Are you wanting to try some as well? Yeah. Okay, are you sure?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, a little bit of chicken.
No, I don't want a little bit.
No, you just try a little bit first of all, just in case. Well, okay, just try this and then come on. Let everyone know. Okay, let everyone know how it is.
Yummy.
It's yummy. Yep. Oh, water. Okay. She's still trying to get used to spice. So how was that? Would you like to tell everyone how that tasted? How was it?
Yummy.
Yummy. Guys, it's a fantastic dish. Please try it out. And if you find it helpful, please give that video a thumbs up just to show your support. I'll appreciate that. And now we are going to run through the ingredients with you quickly. But before we do that, what do we need to tell everyone to do?
Subscribe with the button.
Subscribe with the button. So subscribe to the channel.
Subscribe to the channel.
Turn your bell notifications on.
Tell your bell to the notification.
And we will catch you soon with a new one. So happy eating, and let's run through the ingredients and get this dish cooked up.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye. So the ingredients you're going to need is half a kg of chicken breast fillet. I've cubed it into medium-sized pieces. Now for this recipe, if you wanted to, you could use chicken thigh meat. That's entirely up to you. I and the kids prefer breast meat, so I'm using chicken breast. I've got here one large onion, which I've roughly chopped up. This weighs 350 grams. I've got here 4 small tomatoes, which weighed 350 grams. Again, I've just roughly chopped them up. I've got here 1/3 of a cup of oil. This is approximately 80 millilitres. And I've got here 30 grams of finely sliced fresh garlic cloves, and I've got here 1 heaped tablespoon of grated ginger and garlic here, and I've got here 4 green chilies which I've sliced all the way up lengthways. I've got the following spices. I've got 1.5 teaspoons of salt and coriander powder. I've got 2 teaspoons of deggi mirch. I've got 1 teaspoon of regular chili powder and 1/2 teaspoon of turmeric powder. The salt you can adjust according to your personal preference. You can add that in later on once the curry has finished cooking. I've also got some whole spices here. I've got 5 Kashmiri chilies dried. Again, this is for sort of like presentation purposes and adds a really nice pop of colour. I've got here 1 black cardamom pod, and I've got 3 green cardamom pods which I've slightly cracked just to open up to give up more sort of like flavour and aroma to the dish. I've got 1 cinnamon stick roughly the size of my thumb. I've got 2 bay leaves, and I've got 1 teaspoon of homemade garam masala, and I've got fresh coriander to garnish at the end, and I've also got water to use as and when we need to. So let's start cooking. Right, okay, so I've got my pan on the heat. Heat setting is on a 7, which is a medium high heat setting, and I'm going to go straight in with the oil first of all and just give that a minute or so just to heat up and come up to temperature, and then in with the whole spices. Just give that a stir, and then the onions. And then I'm going to add the ginger and garlic in. So straight in with the ginger first of all. Then the garlic. And we're just going to fry these now for a couple of minutes, just so that we get rid of the rawness. So after we've sort of like fried the ginger and garlic, we're going to cook the onions for about 5 to 6 minutes. until they've got a really nice sort of like golden brown colour, and I'll show you how they look once they're done. Right, okay, so I've been cooking this for about 4 to 5 minutes, and you can see that the onions have caramelized really nicely. There's a slight light brown colour on them, and at this stage what I'm going to do is I'm going to take 1/4 of a cup of boiled kettle water, which is 60 millilitres, and I'm just going to add that in just to stop it from cooking any further, and that's just going to help whatever little bits are stuck at the bottom of the pan to sort of like come off and add more flavour to the curry. And then into this we're going to go in with our spices and just give that a mix. My heat setting is on a 3 at the moment because the camera obviously keeps steaming over, so you can see that beautiful colour. And now I'm going to turn the heat setting up to a 6, which is a medium heat setting for my hob. Actually put it up to 7, and then throw in the fresh tomatoes. Just give that a mix. Now let them come up to temperature because obviously we've just added them in. And then what we want to do is we want to put the lid on, and we want to cook these now for approximately 8 to 10 minutes. And I'm just going to turn my heat setting down to a 6. I did put it up to 7, but once it comes up to sort of like temperature, I'm just going to put it down to a 6 and let that cook away for 8 to 10 minutes. Give it the odd occasional stir. The tomatoes and onions will obviously start to release their own sort of like moisture, especially the tomatoes, and the water that we added will help also, and it'll break down to give you a really nice sort of like base masala. So I'll see you guys back in around 10 minutes time. Right, okay, so it's been 10 minutes that the masala has been cooking away, so I'm just going to remove the lid to show you. Just look at that. The tomatoes have broken down really nicely along with the onions, and the oil has started to separate and come to the surface and around the edges. Now we are going to go straight in with our chicken. I'm just going to turn my heat up. I had to turn it down, so turn it back up to a 7 and just mix that in. Right, okay, so that is now coming up to temperature, and into that I'm just going to add again 1/4 of a cup of water just to help it cook, which is 60 millilitres. And again, that was just boiled kettle water. And after you've given it a good mix like that, what we're going to do is we're going to pop our lid back on again. We're going to turn our temperature down to a 5, which is a medium heat setting for my hob, and we're going to let this cook away for approximately 8 minutes, giving it the occasional stir in between, and I'll show you how it looks around sort of like the 8-minute mark. Right, okay, so coming back to this, the chicken has been cooking away in the base gravy for approximately 8 to 10 minutes, and I'm just going to remove the lid to show you. And there's still quite a bit of water in there, the moisture in there, but that's fine. We're going to start the crucial cooking process now, which is the bhunning, the bhunifying process. And again, a crucial part of the curry. Please do not miss this part. If you guys don't know what that is, I do have a video and I will leave a link for it in the description box, so do check it out. And into this now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw in my sliced garlic at this stage, because we're going to be wanting to cook out the rawness, but we want it to still maintain its shape, and adding it at this stage is the perfect time because you're going to be starting that bhunning process, and the garlic will be cooked but will still have a bite and be holding its shape. So I will see you guys back in around 8 minutes time, around about 8 to 10 minutes time. In the meantime, just keep stirring it, keep an eye on it, and just let that sauce thicken and let the oil start to separate and come to the surface and around the edges, and I'll catch you guys in 8 minutes time. Right, okay guys, so I've been bhunning the chicken now for approximately 8 minutes. You can see that the onions and tomatoes have broken down really nicely. The moisture, the water that was in there has evaporated and dried out completely, and the oil has started to separate and come around to the edges and the surface. Now into this, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with my sliced green chilies like that. And I'm also going to add 250 millilitres of water. Now you don't have to add this in, but I like my curry to be slightly sort of like on the wetter side. So I like a nice sort of like sauce, a nice base masala. And that's the reason why I sort of like add this in. Right, okay, so we're going to pop the lid on, And we're going to turn our hobs down to a 4, which is a low heat setting for my hob, and we're just going to allow this to cook now for 5 to 6 minutes with the lid on. You don't need to do anything to that, and just allow that sauce to thicken up really nicely, that masala, and just let the oil separate and come to the surface one more time, and then we'll finish the dish off. Right, okay, so 6 minutes later, and just look at that, absolutely wonderful. And we're just going to finish this off. You can see that the oil has started to separate, and it's at the top there. Just look at that, absolutely wonderful, thick masala. Just look at that. Is there anything better than this? I don't think so. I'm just going to turn my hob off and finish it off with some homemade garam masala, which again I will link in the description box for you guys. A lot of you keep asking about the garam masala. Always better to make a fresh batch at home, and I do have a recipe for that, so I will leave that for you guys in the description. And just give that one final stir, and it just looks absolutely amazing. Smells even better, and I just can't wait for you guys to make this and try this at home. And then the last ingredient, the all important fresh coriander right on top, like that. And there you have it, guys, my take on a restaurant classic garlic chili chicken at home. Please do try the recipe out.